Now, a weather update from the 4-Zone Weather Team, sponsored by Carabin Shaw.
Meteorologist Jeanette Calle here at 9 o'clock on this Saturday morning. Here's a live look outside. Raul B. Rodriguez weather camera. It is cold. It is windy. And keep in mind that roads are still wet in some spots. We had rain last night and still seeing some on and off light rain this morning. 37 degrees. That's the current temperature at the airport, but it is a lot colder farther north. In fact, in the hill country, temperatures at or slightly below freezing. It feels a lot colder with the wind. It feels like it's 28. We have a north wind sustained at 16 miles an hour, but occasional gusts are getting up over 20 miles an hour. And when that gust of wind hits you, boy, it feels very, very cold. Winter radar picture showing you just mostly light showers developing across the south, moving off towards the north. More showers starting to show up in Atascosa County, also showers across southern and eastern Bexar County. Light rain there in Wilson County, and very light precipitation, mist, drizzle back across the west, Hondo, Uvalde, even down towards near Eagle Pass. In the hill country, as that moisture enters that colder air, we'll have to watch for patchy ice. Radar there showing some pink, indicating some patchy freezing drizzle. There have been reports of ice buildup just north of our viewing area, north of Kerr County, around Gillespie County. There have been reports of ice accumulations. Fredericksburg, been seeing pictures of ice building up on trees, and even that ice has snapped some tree limbs there. The heaviest rainfall is east of Waco, well north of Houston, and that's well south of Dallas. You can see that area of rain moving closer to I-35. Also seeing some heavier showers near the coast, but all of the winter weather, the ice, the snow, that's across northeast Texas back into the Panhandle. Heavy snow from Lubbock to Amarillo. Dallas, snow, sleet, maybe even some freezing rain there in the mix. Temperatures, this line, that is the freezing line. Behind that, temperatures are below the freezing mark, and that freezing line will continue to move south as we go through the day. Plus, we're going to see an increase in moisture moving in from the west. Once that moisture taps into that colder air mass that will continue to settle in, the risk for ice does appear, and we are looking at icy conditions for tonight through tomorrow morning. Wind gusts, we'll take a look at future radar coming up, but gusty winds, here you go, near 30 miles an hour in your Braunfels, 26 at the airport, close to 30 in Eagle Pass. And it'll stay pretty windy through the remainder of the day with occasional gusts 25 to 30 plus miles an hour. The wind is making it feel this cold. It feels like it's in the teens in Rock Springs and Kerrville. Feels like it's 28 in San Antonio. Now let's take a look at future radar. So the cloud cover lingers all day. We'll see isolated to widely scattered, mostly light showers through the early afternoon. However, in the western hill country, northern Valverde County, Rock Springs, Lakey, Camp Wood, Kerrville, Bandera, including Bernie, late morning through the early afternoon, we'll have to watch for signs of patchy freezing rain, maybe sleet. And as we go into the evening, I want to show you how that larger wave of moisture starts to move in. Plus, we have that much colder air that continues to move off towards the south. This is why I mentioned that the risk for ice does increase deeper into the evening and through the overnight hours. 4 a.m. still looking at a good chunk of the area, Hondo, San Antonio, the hill country, and now farther to the south and east, getting in on some of that freezing rain or freezing drizzle. By 7, 8 tomorrow morning, that precipitation moves away. We'll see some clearing tomorrow afternoon, and then temperatures get above freezing. Wind chill temperatures will be dangerously low tonight through Sunday morning. Could see single-digit wind chills in the hill country, maybe even lower, and teens for the rest of the area. That's how cold it'll feel like. Saturday forecast, again, cloudy, cold, windy, on and off light showers through the rest of the morning. More isolated activity as we get closer to noontime. This afternoon, precipitation chance at 40%. That does increase, though, to about 70, 80%. Temperatures will likely drop closer to 34, 35 at noon, and then lower 30s as early as 3, 4 o'clock this afternoon. The freezing temperature is 32 degrees. The chance for precipitation tonight, as I mentioned, closer to 70, maybe even 80%. Let's go back here. If you're just tuning in, we are giving you a weather update. The Arctic cold front has moved south of the area. Winds are increasing behind it. seeing gusty winds at 28 miles an hour in Eagle Pass. And speaking of these gusty winds, Fred, could we please go to TransGuide so we can show that incident that's showing up on I-35, I believe I-35 and New Braunfels Avenue. There you go. I hear that perhaps there was a truck that was exiting the ramp there and perhaps hit the pole, and you can see the sign is on the verge of falling. So crews are on the scene. They have shut down this part of I-35. Again, I-35 at New Braunfels. The camera is shaken because of the wind gusts there. We've been getting these wind gusts closer to 30 miles an hour so far this morning. And high-profile vehicles really have to be careful with the gusty winds because it takes gusts over 30 miles an hour to start to cause some issues. So that's I-35 at New Braunfels Avenue. The crews are there working to repair that sign. Maybe a truck hit a pole as they were exiting. All right, now let's go to the map so we can talk more of weather. By the way, I do want to point out that we are just standing by because city leaders are going to be holding a press conference at the Emergency Operations Center downtown. They're going to be sharing information about the city's response and preparation efforts for this winter blast. So as soon as we see them getting ready for the presser, we'll go to it. But right now, if you're just tuning in, here's a look at the winter radar picture. In Kerr County, there were some heavy thunderstorms right before the front moved in, and that did create some flooding. Fred, by any chance, do we have that video from meteorologist Joe DiCarlo? He sent that in last night. Could we go to it? Okay, Fred, if we can show that, I'm going to move out of the way. To show you this video. So there were some storms just before the arrival of the fronts. Showers and thunderstorms developed, produced some very heavy rain, and did cause some flooding there in Kerrville. So you just have to watch for areas where there still may be some high water in portions of Kerr County. And we are actually going to be seeing Joe in Kerrville later today. He's going to be live there, letting us know what conditions are like there throughout this afternoon and certainly into tonight as temperatures continue to drop and we see the chance for ice increasing. Another look at winter radar. Again, it is cold. We're seeing mostly light rain. Roads are mostly just wet. And just know that the threat for ice does increase going into the evening for 5 o'clock this evening. Well, we are going to stop it right here. I believe we're going to keep going. Okay, so you know what? We are going to stick around. Actually, we're going to keep with this up until we go to that presser. So if you're just joining us, here's another live look outside. It's cloudy, cold, windy, mostly just wet roads. I'm going to keep emphasizing that because I know we've been talking about the concern for icy conditions on roads. That is not the concern, at least not just yet. 37 degrees, feels like it's 28, north wind sustained at 16 miles an hour. The winter radar picture, well, of course, there's some pink showing up across the western hill country, very patchy roads there, streets. Still haven't been below freezing long enough to see that stick. However, just north of Kerr County, in Gillespie County, there have been reports of freezing light rain, freezing drizzle, another batch of that heading that way momentarily. It's all liquid rain, liquid precipitation farther to the south. We're seeing rain around of Maverick County over towards Dimmitt County. There's a big upper level disturbance to our west, and as that continues to close in on Texas, it's going to just pump in all of that Pacific moisture. There is lots of winter weather farther to the northeast and back across the Panhandle. There goes an increase in moisture. You can see that over northern Mexico, southern New Mexico, far west Texas. That'll continue to move into the rest of the area as we go through the day. And temperatures, as I mentioned, are continuing to drop. Still above freezing, but that freezing line will move south through the day, and just get ready for the even colder air to settle in as we go into the evening. Well, that's your latest weather update. So I'll bring you another weather update coming up in just a few short minutes. Stay warm out there and be careful on those wet roads.